You ate the entire wheel of cheese? I'm not even mad. That's amazing. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Prevails, a grand arena story. We're in the final match of the current 5v5 season. I'm at 3-2. Can I go up to a more respectable 4-2 so we get a 66% and a D rather than a flat out F? Let's find out. Here's the situation. My opponent's name is strange enough that it's going to be difficult for me to pronounce. Dagarwek. It's an alternate account. My opponent did contact me, knew who I was, and he said he put down his defense. It's going to be different. It's pretty interesting. I wasn't sure what he was going to do, but scouting him, it looked like probably only one or two Galactic Legends on defense, so I put a tougher defense down. You can see I have a much higher GP than my opponent does, about 1 million more. So I've started including that in these infographics. Here's my mods and relics. Very clearly the advantage is on my side. Unsure why every single person has way more offense percent mods than me, but we'll just have to scratch our head on that. Here's my defenses. You can see that I've kept the Lord Vader and Kenobi theme along with Rey in the back. We've got a bad Padme team that won't really stop anything but might steal some banners, and a crew team probably better to put. I've been wondering if I should do that, put the Padme team up front just to maybe draw out something. I'm not sure. Thinking about that. And then we have all the Legends character defensive teams on the top front, along with General Skywalker. So pretty tough defense. My Darth Revan team was fast enough. Didn't need Talon to be able to prevent troopers from countering them. On their top front, you can see they have Lord Vader, General Grievous, a pretty slow bounty hunter team, like really kind of a baffling team actually, and then a Qui-Gon Jinn team that does not have the Zeta or Omicron, trying to fake me out though, pretty obviously. You can see that on the bottom front, and sorry about the fuzziness of this, I didn't get a good screenshot, so I had to take a screenshot from the video, and it just, you lose quality. But here's the thing, they have Darth Revan, slow enough we can use troopers on, Jedi training Rey, Traya, pretty standard teams, but that Jedi Master Luke is baffling because he's way better on offense. The only reason you would put that Jedi Master Luke team down is to bait out Sith Eternal, and I wondered what team would want to be in the back that would bait me out. That's the question we have to ask ourselves. What team does he want me to not have available? He wants Sith Eternal to not be available for something in the back, and it's probably Rey because there's not really much else that Sith Eternal is a specialist at. Like, he does okay against other Galactic Legends, but Rey is really the only one that matters. Maybe Sith Eternal in the back as well. So I decided that I'd give it a little more thought, and we'd take out the first 3 teams first, and then before we committed one of our 3 precious Galactic Legends, we would take out his Jedi Master Luke. So just want to inspect the whole situation from every angle if possible. Now, before we jump into the fights, just want to remind you guys that if you want to support the channel for free, all you've got to do is hit that like button or subscribe or comment. All 3 of them would be amazing, and I would really appreciate it. We are getting very close to 10K subs, and I don't think we'll get it by the end of this year, but we are really damn close, and it's not completely outside of the realm of possibility. So we got to mount that algorithm, guys. We're doing it together. We're going mounting. All right, guys, let's get on with the actual fighting, shall we? All right, first we're going to go against this Darth Revan team. They've got Sith Empire Trooper and Marauder, so got to take out that Sith Empire Trooper first. And he's pretty tanky, as you can see, but we're doing okay. We're doing okay. Just gotta get a kill before anything crazy happens, anything too untoward happens. All right, so got the kill there, and now decided that maybe we should just kill Basti. And then I was like, maybe we'll shoot Marauder. Maybe we'll shoot Basti. Let's just take out Basti. Marauder's going to take a turn here pretty soon. He's getting a lot of turn meter right now, but he even got one of the stacks off of Dark Trooper, which is actually feels fairly problematic right now. Not really sure exactly what to do, because that Marauder's tough to kill. And if you can't punch him to death, then life gets hard. So I decided, why don't we just punch Darth Malak to death? And maybe that wasn't the wisest choice. With 4 stacks of Dark Trooper, wouldn't have been an issue. But after Malak died, then, I mean, Darth Revan is obviously an issue, but you can't assist against him or anything. But eventually Dark Trooper comes around, takes him out, gets our 73, or rather 63, plus the 10 for the first attack. And then we're going to use... So I have Kyle Katarn, who is faster than this Jedi Training Ray plus BB-8. Now, note, you have 2 chances here, guys. Let me rewind it just a tiny bit here, because this is an important distinction. All right, so Kyle Katarn with this 30% turn meter is going to go first. That was no problem. We could do the math on it. He's going to go before BB-8, but the rest of the team is obviously too slow for it. Pow is going to gain enough turn meter from basics that he's going to go next. Between those 2 things, between those 2 attacks, we want that Hoth Rebel Scout to proc one of his 40% basics, where it gives everyone turn meter. If he does proc it, which is, I mean, a decent chance, 40% and then 40%, then the whole team is just going to get a lot of turns, and you're going to run the table on them. If you don't get that 40% or that 40% on the second try with POW, then you may really have a really long, frustrating battle on your hands. I was pretty sure we could deal with a few hits here, but I wasn't completely sure. So you can see we did actually proc that with the Hoth Rebel Scout, and so Mothra goes, someone's worthless guy, and we take out Finn. And after that, I was like, you know what? We got to be careful. I don't want... If we throw the grenades from Kara at BB-8, then BB-8 will be able to counter, and I don't want that. I want good banners here. So I waited until I had a non-counterable attack to be able to hit BB-8 with, and then there was Foresight, so we could shoot Foresight and miss, and then everyone's assists. BB-8 can't counter the assists themselves. He can just counter the initial attack, which missed because of Foresight. So, anyways, took out BB-8, took out Poe, and then they forced us to kill Jedi Training Ray. Not too bad, 65, and I think it would have been fine if we hadn't procced that 40% on one of those, but it does definitely help. Alright, so we've got Aurra lead with Zam here, and so everyone's stealthed, and that's a great opportunity for Grief to be able to shoot Dooku so that Dooku can't hit us back, because we've got stealth. May as well just try to snipe out Dooku. Decided to kill Traya there, because that way we can control the situation just a little bit better. Hopefully be able to take down Nihilus. Like, we can stun Nihilus now. Now that Traya's gone, we can debuff them and everything's good. So, all right, killed that guy. And note, we're doing a lot of damage to these guys. These guys are well modded and high relic, but we're taking them out because we're getting so much offense from Zam. So 63, there was a little unoptimized play. I was calling assists at the end with Mando that I didn't need to. It probably could have spared a couple banners, but all right. Decided to commit with Sith Eternal. I decided if they did have a Rey team, I do have Supreme Leader Kylo. I don't have the other First Order characters to go with him. I guess I do have Hux, but what I decided was, if we're using Supreme Leader Kylo against Rey, we still have Night Sisters, and Night Sisters do really well there, actually. So there's not much to say about this fight. You link the 2 guys who can do the most damage, and you go to town. I'm about to lose my voice, so I'm going to take a drink. That's what happens when you do a 2-hour podcast and then make a couple other videos. Alright, I actually paused the video itself and rewound just a little bit. So, do the AoE here, and now we want to get max banners here. We're getting rid of Watt, and that's also somewhat problematic because we wanted Watt to be able to keep it so that we can, like, they're trying to do ability block on us, right? And breach and all this stuff. We want to dispel all of that stuff as soon as we can. And so what I decided was, why don't we just, we're gonna bide our time. I killed Hermit Yoda out of spite. Actually, that dude has earned my spite apparently. But just kind of going slow. Take down Luke and Ayla and everyone. Kill Hermit Yoda out of spite, and yeah, just take our time in the back. Look at that, just as predicted. Rey with all the scoundrels besides Bando, so that was nice. Okay, so that means we have 2 Galactic Legends left to kill, and we have two left to be able to do anything. And what I decided was, you know, we need to take down this Lord Vader first. We got to take down Lord Vader first because he is the gateway to ships, and at the very least we need to get to that ship's zone. If we don't manage to kill Rey, Rey is easier to Zerg down anyways, if that would be more of a possibility. So decided to take out Lord Vader here first as well, because we're trying to get to the point where where we can, if we fail here, Supreme Leader Kylo could potentially bail us out. And we don't really have any other characters that can bail us out anyways, because the bounty hunters can do it. Bounty hunters can take out Lord Vader, finish off a single Lord Vader, so can troopers, and beyond that, I don't know if I have any other teams that can kill a single Lord Vader. Despite everyone's protestations that Lord Vader is the weakest thing in the entire world, Lord Failure, they say. Besides everyone telling me that constantly, there's still not a ton of things that take him out. So you'll note that here we're calling Hoda to assist every time. Hoda to assist. Hoda to assist. We're saving our cleanses for when we need them from all the debuffs and everything, and trying to get his ability cooldown, his cooldowns increased. So we could do the Mark here. That probably would have been smart, except I knew I had Mark from Mark. Gosh, you know, like Mark Hamill. So can't do ability block while he's in his ult, of course, but we do want to just increase those cooldowns. So whenever I have Mark available from Revan here, we can increase cooldowns as well, so that he doesn't do his huge debuff. And then of course we get another debuff, we get another heal from Hoda, and he's on his deathbed. So I'm trying to just heal a little bit and maximize our banners a little bit. And this is the really nice thing about using Jedi Master Luke here. I mean, I'd rather use a different Galactic Legend to take out Lord Vader, but when you get the opportunity, it's nice. So, all right, here's let's stop for just one moment, and I'll explain what's happening. So we've got Hux here just to make sure that we can get all of our, you know, that we start getting stacks from Lord Vader, or from Supreme Leader Kylo. And you know, we've got Zombie and Daka, of course, but the thing is, we really want that third stack on Beskar to go on Kylo as soon as we can, because that means we can't be crit, and every time we're being hit, we're hit, we counter, which is also a pretty big deal against Rey if we ever get into a one-on-one type situation with Kylo versus Rey. So anyways, we want to get that third stack, which means we need to protect armor as much as possible, which means probably doing the AoE first with Kylo, even though we don't gain mastery from it. That means we get advantage. Except then I realized, oh, well, we have Hux, and Hux can hand the turn back to Kylo. Kylo can do a special, Hux will gain all the turn meter, and he can hand the turn back to Kylo, who already has some stacks here, and by getting advantage onto Zombie, that means Zombie's going to keep doing taunting, except, of course, that Nest keeps countering and dispelling our taunt, which is really nerve-wracking, because the second Rey is able to get her whirlwind off. If she kills Armor, then we're probably in trouble a little bit, at least. So I'm trying to figure out who I want Tenacity down to go on, and here's my mistake. I should have stunned Nest there, actually. That's something I should have done. But what's a man to do, apparently? So tried to call Kylo to assist, and it didn't work because he was dazed, so that was fun. And alright, so get damage immunity on Vandor, and now we're just kind of stuck. Hux is probably doomed, probably Armor too, but with Rey's ultimate, if you can get to the point that Rey does her ultimate and kills someone, if Daka survives by chance, then at least Daka is going to be able to revive people from this. So Daka and Zombie both lived, along with Kylo, of course, and just trying to bide our time, of course, just trying to wait and see what's going to happen. Finally got our ultimate, and at this point, someone said in the chat, and I agree, like, as long as there's not Bando here, if Bando is here, this would be a significantly more difficult. Look at this, 35% chance to revive either Armor or Hux. Like you have a different chance on either of them, and it worked. We actually got both of them, and then she did Whirlwind on Armor, so Armor is gone forever, and Hux could come back, but he didn't this time. So just doing the AoE there to try to get something going, and then she does her ultimate and kills the two of them. But then we have enough stuff that we were able to finish it off. So Kylo's big day, folks. I don't know. This is such a weird thing. He could just work with any team. But all right, we've got Bad Batch, and I want you guys to watch Omega here. Not because she's so transcendent necessarily, but just because she is the cause of a huge amount of damage for this team. People say that Bad Batch can do it with 4, and that's true. But Omega gives her team a much better percentage chance of actually beating a Grievous team. Now watch Wrecker. Look at how many times he just got rolled up and hit by Grievous's big hit, and he's just bouncing off of Wrecker. It's crazy. And this is a well-modded Grievous. This isn't just like some ill-begotten crit damage madness that's going on. This was a good one. Wrecker is just tanky AF, and I actually think that he's a guy who deserves Relic 7 or 8 as soon as you can actually manage to do it. So just trying to heal up everything here. We already killed Nute once, and we want to get max banners because we dropped a lot of banners against that Kylo team. Believe it or not, that 52 looked nice until you have to realize it was actually 47 in the old system. So look at this. My Nute went before their bounty hunters. This is a very strange thing. I feel like if you're going to run this slow of bounty hunters, you should at least... Well, I don't know. They were slow enough that... Whatever. You get target lock on them, and now they're not even going to hardly take a turn. The thing that you have to realize too here, though, folks, is you don't want to just kill them right off the bat. Like you want to kind of draw it out, because the second one of these characters dies, the target lock goes away, and therefore when you do an AoE, you get less turn meter for the whole team. And so you kind of want to just bide your time and wait until you can just do one AoE to wipe all of them out. And that's what I kind of did there. I was able to take out 2 or 3 of them. But see, I'm just spreading out the damage here because I want to be able to... I just want to gain all the turn meter from doing AoEs so that we can be as efficient as possible. Now, the idea here is B2 and Magnagard both want a heal from B1 if possible, but wasn't able to get there, and 63 is just fine. Dropping 2 banners with Grievous, I mean, that's pretty standard. He drops 2. He doesn't always drop that many, so they've got a really fast Echo here. So you shoot Echo first with Commander Luke, and after that you just chase the turn meter. Look at all the characters who have turn meter. Obviously we can't hit Tech because he's in stealth, but these 2 guys are stunned, and so I was like, you know what, let's just try to take down. Let's take it. Echo's really the heart of this team. If they can find a way to get Echo, like if Tech was able to dispel on Echo, which I couldn't remember at the time if Tech was even able to, but if Tech could dispel Echo and Echo could get a turn and dispel everything, then they'd start getting a turn meter train, and it would be a huge mess because everyone would be dazed, or at least the people who were unguarded would be dazed from Echo. It could be a big thing. So, anyways, we're moving on. We've got this Qui-Gon lead team, which isn't good because it's not the Omicron. It's not even, doesn't even have the Zeta, so they don't even have Foresight. They don't even gain any of the bonus speed or anything from the leadership Zeta. So I decided to use my Mandos. I don't have a ton of teams left, honestly, so I wanted to use Mandos here because you can get good banners, and I was reduced to using my Imperial Super Commando, who is Relic 5, so, I mean, reduced is kind of a silly word for it, but, I mean, at the same time, we're trying to get good banners here, and, yeah, I mean, we got 64. That's just fine. This is against a pretty bad Jedi team, though. So, yeah, this was fine. Just wanted to use a team that was going to get some decent banners. I like their banner recovery with Bo-Katan. Now, in the back, they did not place Executor, which surprised me. They have Raddus and the Negotiator. So, we have one awkward Jedi team remaining. So, they've got the veterans along with Finn and just all the leftover resistance, basically. So, Ki-Adi-Mundi started the fight by just ignorantly one-shotting their resistance trooper, and then we called Ki-Adi-Mundi to assist and took out that veteran Han as well. And then Ki-Adi-Mundi killed Chewie, and now we can stun Finn, and Old Ben wants a little action there, and hits Admiral Holdo in the face with his I guess it was his lightsaber. I mean, I would hope that he was able to do that. So, anyways, we've got another kill from Ki-Adi-Mundi here, and we'll see if we can actually get any more kills with Ki-Adi-Mundi. See if he can run the table on him, and he did. In fact, he killed all 5. What about the Ki-Adi-Mundi attack on resistance? It's brutal AF, guys. So, got ships. We've been pretty efficient so far, but these ships are kind of messing with me. So resistance here. Here's the issue with this, folks. Is if their Falcon gets enough dodges, then life can be extremely hard. Like they can just take out your rebels. Now it doesn't happen too often, but I mean they do have more evasion on this team than most other teams. So, anyways, we're able to just, before they even get a reinforcement, you get Cassian in. He gets that unmissable barrage that he can call, the assist to call on Falcon, and we've already dispelled all the buffs, and we call it good. So, now we've got the pretty classic, this is a pretty standard Negotiator team. But, Malevolence it wasn't that recently ago, but it was nerfed to the point that it's not as 100% as it used to be. Like the assist calls on buzz droids is not 100% like it was for a long time. The assist call for buzz droids now is like from vultures to buzz droids is like 70%. So it's got an element of RNG here, and so we're trying to. I did get the buff immunity on Anakin, but he got enough turns that it just went away before it mattered. So now he's in stealth, and I'm feeling a little concerned. Anakin's right on the edge of dying, but not quite. So we need to get. I was like, okay, well, if we can get someone down to below health or protection or whatever, that'll work. And then he popped out anyways, and Hyena Bomber was able to just finish him off. And now it's basically it's all over but the crying, and just trying to figure out what I want to do with like ignoring taunt is nice, but sometimes you shouldn't just ignore taunt just for the fun of it, just because you can ignore taunt doesn't mean you should. So anyways, just trying to figure out what we're gonna do here. And just as we had 5s on the ropes, Plo comes in, puts him in stealth, and damn it all. I hate Plo. But we're doing okay. We're doing okay. Spy, of course, is a little bit sad. Don't want them to do an AoE on us or anything. Because if they do, they steal banners. Oh, look at that. On cue, they got their AoE off, and that makes me a little bit sad. So, anyways, we can just watch them die of sadness. 66, which is an old school 59. Not too bad. Kind of ending on a whimper, but I only had 2 attacks that had poor banners. I wouldn't say that this was that unsuccessful. Alright, so apparently it's just dark now. So let's go and see what the final results were, shall we? Let's do it. Here we are, folks. My opponent did attack, and they were not able to clear a zone. They took out that Jedi Master Kenobi team, Bando, and Darth Revan. Unsure what they used, didn't look at the banners, but then they were unable to finish off the Lord Vader team, at least with whatever they were using. Not sure what they were using. And then up top, it's very difficult to see, but it's the Emperor Palpatine with Mara Jade team up top. Darth Vader and Thrawn and Shore Trooper being the other 3. They got a hold. And that General Skywalker team with the 501st also got a hold. And my opponent didn't try the other 2 because at that point he'd failed 3, and why'd continue fighting? He wasn't going to be able to make up the banners, regardless of if he even if he used a cheat program, he couldn't make it up. So we got the win, and yay for us. The final thoughts here, folks. Palpatine and Mara is beast mode. Even at gear 13 or gear 11, Mara Jade is a difference maker. She's going to be super awesome. I am so excited for potential combos with Palpatine and Mara, and I hope that they don't just get married, married to or Star Killer. I really don't want that necessarily. I'm hoping that they can be their own distinct team, and Star Killer can make do with someone else. Supreme Leader Kylo with Night Sister isn't dead yet. People, I myself included, I thought the Supreme Leader Kylo was with Zombie and Daka was dead, at least for the Kenobi team, and that is true. Kenobi and company will target other people other than Zombie now, so Kylo isn't necessarily a way to counter Kylo or to counter Kenobi, but you still take out Rey pretty easy. There was never really a time that I was that worried in that fight, so that was nice. And then General Grievous, it says versus Zam, and they didn't have Zam on the team. I apparently wrote the notes thinking of my previous opponent, but General Grievous versus Bounty Hunters. Grievous is just a great character on offense, guys. He has transitioned from a defensive character primarily to an offensive one, guys, at least at the higher levels. Now, lower levels, you're still going to force your opponent to use a good team to take him out. So, not necessarily a bad idea to use at lower levels. At higher levels, in Kyber 1, for instance, he just gets taken out by too many things, and he kills way too many things. He makes your roster way more versatile, and it's a lot of fun. So, ending this week at 4-2, and not too bad. Not too bad. We'll see how it goes the rest of the season. I think that if we get 8-4 this season, it's probably going to be okay after all the chaos and the weird pairings and stuff. That being said, I'm going to strive to get 10-2 as usual. Just gotta keep trucking, folks. This has been an interesting GAC. Would love to hear what your comments are on all of this. The new format, on the new GAC, everything. Guys, thank you all so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Xaereth prevails.